What's up guys, what's going on? It's Cole. I'm back for another video just for you. So today I am finally, sorry about the wait, gonna be talking about my top surgery consultation. Yeah, apologies that it's taken me quite a while as per usual to upload this. I recorded a different one before but it just wasn't good, so yeah, I have to re-record it, so here it is. So on the day itself, from what I remember, as it was quite a while ago, as I say, I walked in. Obviously I was kind of nervous. I didn't feel as nervous as I thought I would, which I'm quite happy about, just because I didn't want to be really nervous and forget, you know, everything that I wanted to ask and just, I don't know, I just don't like the feeling. Who does, right? So I walked in. He's a really nice guy. He just made me feel really welcome and just, yeah, really nice. It was really cool. He just asked me a few questions. The questions that he asked me were actually quite similar to the ones that Dr. Lorimer asked me when I was getting my hormones. It was sort of like, you know, what kind of thing do you think top surgery is going to do to improve your life? You know, what you're looking to get out of this appointment? You know, how do you feel this will ease dysphoria? I think he asked me that. Just like loads of different sort of questions like that. Now, Dr. Lorimer obviously did the telephone conversation with me to get the referral. That was about 10 minutes long, and he just asked me a couple of questions. That was absolutely fine. Then he had a look at my chest, and he just sort of had he did a few measurements and whatnot with a tape measure, and then he told me obviously peri was doable, which I was just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of didn't feel real, but I kind of knew it was, and I know that sounds really cliche, but it's just how it was. There's no other way of describing it really. But yeah, he said that, and then he checked my chest as well for any lumps and anything else, and everything was all good. And then we sat down, and he said, you know, it's doable, but you know, there would be a but, which I kind of knew about. I knew that there would be likely a revision needed, just because my nipples aren't quite the size that a cis guy's nipples usually are, so he may or may not have to do a revision in about 6 months or so, just to make them as aesthetic as possible. So yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. You know, I kind of figured that would be the case anyway, so it's not a big deal. So he just showed me a few kind of before and after pictures of both his double incision results and his peri-areola results. Also showed me the worst case scenario, best case scenario, nipple reduction before and after, revisions. There were loads of different things that he showed me, just so that I could make, you know, my decision as best as possible. He also went through the risks, so about, you know, he explained the obvious risks, such as, you know, there's risk of bleeding because I could cut you. I kind of found that quite a strange thing to say, but of course he kind of has to say that to cover himself. You know, risk of infection, nipple loss, etc, etc. There's loads of different things, but yeah, so he went through all that, and that was all good. So yeah, after he went through everything, obviously I said to him, yeah, still looking to get peri if that's possible, if that's okay, that'd be great. And then we went through a sort of date, so we had a little look into what dates would work out best, and if you don't know already, my date is June 12th, so it's happening on that day. It's very soon, it's getting closer and closer, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. It finally feels real now that I've had time to sort of process it and sort of think through it and think through the day, because I don't know about any guys that are pre-surgery, but me personally, I found that whenever I've thought about surgery, I've always thought about the after, rather than, you know, like past the recovery, past the surgery itself. I've just thought about, I'm gonna have a flat chest and this is how it's gonna look. But, you know, there is still the part where you need to go through the surgery, you need to recover, and then it needs to all settle and heal and all the rest of it. So, you know, I'm now processing all of that stage and just sort of how I will deal with that, I guess. And I don't know, I'm a pretty laid back person, so I think it's going to be that kind of approach that I'm going to take, and just take it as, you know, as each day comes. So yeah, so we chose a date, and that was pretty much all that there was to it, to be fair, when it came to the consultation. Sorry there wasn't actually much to it, you know, I made it sound more exciting than it is, but I mean it's really exciting, but you know, for you guys at least. So what I'm going to do now, for any of you that don't know the difference between peri-areola surgery and double incision surgery, I've done a couple of really bad drawings for you to enjoy, and I'm going to try to show you, yeah, just sort of the difference between the two, just so that it kind of makes a bit more sense. Now, I'm not a doctor by any means. I have done some research, you know, so please don't take my words as, you know, this is exactly how it's done, because it's just not the case. There's also many different ways of doing both types of surgery, and there are many other types of surgery outside of double incision and peri-areola anyway. So yeah, just take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. This is just from my knowledge. All right. So, first one. This is my interpretation of a peri-areolar chest. Don't judge me. I know it's really bad. All right. I think, yeah. Then, to be fair, most chests aren't actually the same size, so I think I kind of did good on that. But right. So, what usually happens with surgery, with peri-areolar surgery, what they tend to do is they go. So they cut sort of between, like a smaller areola out of the bigger areola. I can't say it. There's too many peri-areolas going on, and then bigger circles around the outside of that, and all of this sort of layer of skin here, they take out, and then sort of between that layer, they then go in and take out all of the tissue that's needed, and then tie it back up again, so that the skin will then sort of tighten up from the bottom and the sides, and then heal up from there. So then your scarring will mainly be just around the nipple area. So that's peri-areolar surgery to the best of my knowledge. Now when it comes to having a chest that's suitable for peri-areolar surgery, I'm saying it slowly just so I get it right. As far as I'm aware, there's quite a few things that come into play, and once again, take this with a pinch of salt. This is just from my knowledge that I've learned along the way. Your chest needs to be, fairly small. I think it can be small to medium. It depends on the surgeon. Fairly good nipple placement, good skin elasticity, and I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all the ones that I know. I'm pretty sure, but I couldn't say. If you are looking to get peri surgery, I'm just going to call it peri now. If you're looking to get peri surgery, then it's best to just talk to a doctor, just so that they can give you the information that you need rather than getting it from me. Because as I say, this is just from research that I've found on different pages. So yeah. But anyway, double incision. Once again, there's many different ways of doing double incision surgery. There's types where they can do, I think it's called the buttonhole technique. They also do nipple grafts. Some of them sometimes you can opt to have your nipples just left off completely and get them tattooed. Yeah, there's so many different ways of doing double incision, and pretty much a lot of the other surgeries as well. So this is just one that I know, once again, to my knowledge. So this is, once again, my awful interpretation of a double incision type chest. So what would happen with this one is, let me just draw it. So they cut sort of along here, sort of thing, so then they take out this skin. So they take out all of this skin and cut along there, and then replace the nipples in an area that's sort of anatomically correct to obviously match all the measurements and whatnot. Not sure if you can actually see that. Hopefully you can, but yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So that's where you see those scars that are underneath there. That's why you'd see them quite a lot on trans guys, because that's just from doing that incision there, to obviously, yeah, create a flat chest. So I hope that all made sense. There's also one more type of surgery that I'm aware of, which is called keyhole surgery. So if you are extremely small chested, you can, I think they go in through the side and they do some form of liposuction. So they go in through the side of your chest and then just, sort of liposuction out any tissue that's needed, and then it will just settle by itself, and that's pretty much all there is to that one. Now, I don't know too much about that one, but those are the three surgeries that I'm aware of. So that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry it's been a little bit late, but I'm going to be doing another one for my 11-month update soon for my testosterone. Yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, as I say. If you have any requests or any sort of questions or queries, as per usual, feel free to just message me on my Instagram, which will be below, or drop a comment on my YouTube channel, as I say, whatever works out best for yourself. But either way, hope you guys have a good day, as I keep saying, and peace. There's many different types of doing, there's also many different ways of doing both types